Let everybody know we are in the middle of the street in Tucson, Arizona. Welcome to the I Am Real Estate Show with Ray Smith, Sandra Johnson, and Danielle Johnson. On the show today, we have Sean Campbell of CS Design, and later on we'll have Mike Dalton, who is from Pioneer Title.
We got to update that intro because we don't have Danielle in there.
Yeah. I know. I always get forgotten.
You feel a little slighted. Yeah, we got to update that.
New.
Put that on our to-do list.
We'll talk to Tom that we need to add Danielle Johnson to the intro. Just make sure everything's okay.
So that goes to my to-do list.
Yeah, it goes to your to-do list. You want to be on there? It's on your list.
Let everyone know that this is that you guys know before we started. This is a good friend of mine, so we're going to sit there and have some fun. I love working with this guy. He is one of the funnest guys to be around. Does great for the Tucson community. Even his company is local, so we'll talk to Sean about his company and how it's going. So, Sean, first tell us, what is CS Design?
Well, before I mention that intro, despite Danielle not being a part of it, is powerful. I'm just sitting here bobbing my head like, yeah, I love it.
So we had a little, I won't call it a disagreement, but maybe some kind of a process that we went through to pick the song. Because there was another song that was in the running. And so we had to kind of work that out, but we settled on this one.
That
was
a great one. I loved it. Yeah. But CS Design Studios is a company I recently merged with. I had my own company, Campbell Marketing Group, for about 7.5 years. And this acquisition of my company to CS Design Studios has been tremendous. Instead of just being able to work with my clients with this social media marketing, I'm now able to consult on the whole gamut: website design, SEO, Google My Business. And all of that is still new to me, but I have such a tremendous team I'm working with to be a part of that I just, I'm just a fly on the wall these first 30, 60, 90 days, just learning. Yeah.
If you take some time and look at us on the internet, you'll see the cool card he has.
Yeah.
And it is really beautiful. If you get this card, do not lose it. First thing I asked, John, so you are the CMO. So what does that mean?
The Chief Marketing Officer.
It's on there, y'all, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah. And the first couple of weeks, it was the Chief Mistake Officer. I was like, oops, sorry, that's me. That was my fault. That was me again. But yeah, the Chief Marketing Officer, and it's I don't say this just to say it, but it's just been an honor and a privilege to be a part of that team so far, and just like I said, just being a sponge right now and kind of learning how a lot of the processes. You and I were joking. We were all joking before the show started. It's like, Sean, we never see you. I'm like, I'm in a thing called meetings, and going to work from yourself to being a part of such a tremendous team. And I love it. I do. But it's just a big of a huge shift. So.
Yeah, I want to make everyone aware that also that it's a local business.
Absolutely. Yeah. We are at Trail Dust Town. And you guys would be there soon, the three of you, I hope. And it's tremendous because when you go through Trail Dust Town, it's very westerny.
Right.
People are dressed up as cowboys, and there's stunt shows, and there's the steak, the steak place.
Right.
But when you walk into our studios, it's like walking in on the bridge of the Death Star. I swear. You walk in,
exciting
the first thing you see is R2-D2 and Darth Vader looking at you. We got stormtroopers, and it's the lighting. You guys are going to be and on the other side, we got an arcade. There's an arcade.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so if you have the kiddies, just turn on a few video games and let them go at it.
I actually have kind of a funny Trail Dust Town story. When my son and his wife got married, they bought a townhouse that was just off of Tinka Verde and Cole. And after they moved in, he said, we thought we were moving into a nicer area, but we hear gunshots every night. It clicked. They were actually hearing the show from Trail Dust Town.
Yes.
So that was quite a relief to know that they were not having live
That's a cute
gunshots in the neighborhood. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It's a cool place, though, and it's such an iconic place for Tucson.
Yeah, and it's so well kept and preserved. When I come in every morning, it's spotless. It's like walking through Disneyland. You know what I mean? It is. I mean, the crew's out there doing, all the gardening, and there's cats and, stuff. It's really cool. Yeah.
It's a fun place. They've hosted a couple of events for the
Yeah.
Arizona Bowl
Mm-hmm.
volunteers, the Blue Blazers. They've done a
Mhm.
few things for us in there, and they always
Yeah.
do such a great job.
Yeah, the staff there, I forget the name of the management group there, but they're tremendous. They really are. Yeah.
Well, we in real estate, I feel like we have to wear a lot of hats,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so hard for us to be an expert at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you really want to focus a lot on your clients and
Mhm.
their needs, but you also have to kind of be a marketing expert
Mm-hmm.
and an industry expert. You know, I mean, there's always all of these different hats that you're wearing. So it's great when we can reach out to a company like yours. Now, I know we've done some business together,
Mm-hmm.
but when we don't have to actually be the expert for a little while, we
Mhm.
can just let someone else do that, and we can focus on what we would consider to be income generating.
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. I was talking to a realtor. I know we only got a few minutes here, but I was talking to a realtor about their marketing, and I was telling her, like, with Facebook, and the two of you know this, it's you can't be as targeted as I can on many other
Mhm.
industries because
Right.
you fall under the housing, and financial, and the employment. So there is that equal opportunity.
Yes, and so
You
that
know,
is a fair housing,
fair housing, yes, that's
situation
right.
for us in real
Yeah.
estate. Once we start
Yeah.
trying to do target marketing, even if it's
Mhm.
really
Mm-hmm.
not that we're trying to exclude people, but
Mhm.
maybe we know this
Mhm.
is a neighborhood where
Yeah.
families would be. Once you start doing that, you have a
Right.
fair housing
Right.
violation. So Facebook is designed
Mm-hmm.
for us not to make a
Yeah.
fair housing violation.
Yeah, as it should be, right? But
Yes.
you can target an area per se. You
Mhm.
just can't get in the weeds like I
Right.
can, or whatever, right? But that's still very, very productive, because if you run those ads just on a brand awareness campaign, which is the cheapest type of campaign on Facebook,
Hmm.
people are going to see. I was just having a discussion today with the owner of CS Design Studios. What's the difference between reach and impressions? You can run a brand awareness campaign in that area, and the reach is the amount of people that'll see it, and the impressions are how many times people see it. So you really want to get to 3, 4, 5 impressions for every person that sees it, right?
Right.
That's improving your brand awareness. It's improving, now we know who people feel as if they know the three of you,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So
What is your what is your expertise as far when it comes to
Mhm.
CS design?
it's social media.
Okay.
That's still my wheelhouse right
Okay,
now.
okay.
So however we are able to approach a potential client, and provide the whole gamut of services, and we are, all of our consultations are free. And if digital is not where you should be, we tell you where you should be. I
Okay.
love the fact that two of you do this show. This separates you from so much of the
Well,
other
Thanks a lot, Sean. We
beautiful
appreciate
realtors, that people that I appreciate. But you guys doing this show every week, that commitment you guys do, and all the information you provide your guests, this is absolutely tremendous.
that. We'll get back on the other side. We want to talk about that,
Okay.
how
Mhm.
maybe that's something that we can look into for future for other
Hmm.
realtors and how they can broaden their.
Okay,
The-
we're
the-
not going to
take-
give away all the secrets.
Oh, of course not. We're heading to the break. Thanks for spending part of your afternoon with us. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on 10:30 a.m. KVOI. We'll be back on the other side with Sean Campbell, everyone.